Hello and happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome to Mystical Awakenings, where you can awaken the mysteries of life. We're your hosts, Deb and Arjay.
Hi, everybody.
And very happy, as always, to be right here on KGRA Digital Broadcasting. What a great family. What a great tribe of people. It's so good that before this show, we tuned into Rupert Collect Wisdom, also on KGRA, right before us at 6 o'clock Eastern Time, and listened to Rupert and Andrea. So tonight...
Well, usually we introduce our guest, but tonight's guest, I think you know him. It's lovely Deb and myself.
Hi, Melissa. Welcome. Yeah, we thought, it's winter solstice, a very beautiful time of year. And of course, RJ will have some details on it. It's an interesting time of year because it's, this day is the darkest day of the year.
But not the darkest, like spiritually.
No, not at all.
It's the longest night.
It's the longest night.
Yeah.
And then it's, this we celebrate because this is the longest night, the longest amount of darkness, but then we start reversing and bringing the light back in. And, Bill was, our wonderful Skywatcher producer, was showing us some amazing Christmas lights that he put up. And I thought, people put lights up this time of year because it is so dark and we need the light. It makes perfect sense to me. So some of your research was a little bit different than, just my thoughts and ideas on.
Yeah, I have some different thoughts. The solstice, of course, is, like she said, the longest night, shortest day. And actually, it's not till tomorrow at 10:47 Eastern Standard Time. That's when the true solstice begins. And what it means is that the sun is in this most southern part of our Earth in the Tropic of Capricorn. Capricorn? I believe, yeah, Capricorn. And it means that, at noon, it's true noon, the sun will be high noon in the south. It also means it's the beginning of summer there, it's the beginning of winter here. So, but it also, think about it, the days are going to start getting longer after tonight, or after tomorrow, actually. And that's good news. And actually, during the winter solstice, the Earth, now the sun never changes, it never moves. So it's all the axis of the Earth. And as it goes around the sun, of course, that's what makes winter in the south or summer in the south, winter here. But it's actually, it gets closest to the sun during the winter solstice, and our elliptical orbit is elliptical and not round. It actually pulls the Earth a little faster, so we move faster at this time of the year for a little while. Yeah. I think it's like 19 miles a second, but it's going to go a little faster than that. So just some tidbits there. But, I also want to get into, why do people celebrate it? It was important to me that, our Earth has gone through some changes, and people have been through these changes throughout, the Earth's history, where civilizations had to start over again. It's important to know our solstice and our equinoxes. Of course, the equinoxes tells you when to plant and when to harvest. And the solstice lets you know that you're going to have more daylight, and it's actually going to start getting warmer towards spring. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of things that, people had to, they celebrated it, but they had to know it too.
Right. Well, everything, back in ancestral days with, the planets and the sun and the solstice and the equinox and all of that was what they used for time. So they did understand it. I just want to address a couple of comments here. And Melissa, we love Rupert. I don't know about Michigan Paracon, but Michigan UFO Contact, he'll be there.
Yeah.
And this one, I just want to hug you, girl. 104. Wow. Yeah. Sorry, honey. Anyways, and hi to Terry and to Nancy. Thanks for being here. You know, I've always seen solstice, winter solstice anyways. Every solstice is different, but winter solstice in my world has been, okay, it's time to relax, reflect, renew. You know, we're so busy. Spring kind of kicks. Spring solstice says, okay, it's time to start getting back in the groove.
Spring equinox.
Or spring equinox. And then you have the summer solstice where you're like, boom, okay, now I'm full force. And we go, go, go. And it's really all through fall in our line of work anyways. So when we get to this point of winter solstice, it's really time to reflect and time to relax. But along with that, you know, comes a lot of other emotions as well. You know, we have the lack of light, so we have the SAD, the seasonal affective disorder, for a lot of people. And as Bill did, you know, people can put up lights and get more light. But it's really important to kind of baby ourselves this time of year and to realize that things are a little more difficult.
We have something on the screen there.
Oh, sometimes you can't. Nope, you can't. You
can't touch it
off. No.
Okay. I don't have a. It looks like it. You don't see it.
No, it's on the screen.
Okay.
It's all good.
All right. I'm good.
Well, Christine, I heard you did. I'm sorry I wasn't here, but I'm glad you guys got to meet. Thanks for stopping and do it again. You know, send me a text next time or a Facebook message and let me know that you're coming in. That would be cool. But yeah,
that was very nice meeting her.
Yeah. Sweetheart. Yeah, and it's, you know, those things like doing the things you want to do, we now have the time to do them. Get out, go places that you don't always have time to go. But make sure that you have lights on a lot. I mean, I don't know about all of you, but I know for me, it's kind of twofold, you know. By 6 o'clock, I'm going, oh my gosh, is it bedtime yet? I'm tired. I'm ready to go to bed, but I'm not really. But during the summer, you know, I'm lucky if I sleep 4 to 5 hours in a night, right? This time of year, I sleep 6 to 7 hours. So it really is. And I think that's because, you know, it's
You're a bear. You like to hibernate.
I do like to hibernate. If I could, you know, curl up in a blankie with books and a fireplace and a coffee pot and my water all winter long, I would be a very happy woman. I could do that. I could hibernate.
Yeah.
I don't need a whole lot. But
I'll tell you, I was about 2021. I moved to Florida for about a year. I missed the seasons. I didn't like it at all. I mean, you think at 20 years old, I would have liked it, but I missed the snow. I missed seeing the snow on the pine trees and the different seasons. And you know, as you get older, time seems to go by faster. That's because you're having a better time. That's my excuse. When time flies when you're having a good time, right? So, you know, summer goes by quick. So does winter.
yeah.
And so does fall. So does spring. You just got to enjoy it while you're there.
Winter always seems the longest until it's over.
Yeah. When I hear the word March, I'm very happy. Because I know spring's coming in March.
Usually, yes.
Well, I mean, officially, March 21st, so equinox.
I want to send a special love and healing to our beautiful Candace. Thank you, Candace, for sharing. Blessed you, oh my friend, my soul sister. She's been through, I'm not going to, I'm not at liberty to put stuff out there, but she's been through some health issues. Any healing and love that any of you can send is appreciated. Please and thank you. Get well soon.
Mm-hmm.
Please, please, please. And I like this one. Hibernating with a soft blanket. I'm in. That's for sure. Let's see. Oh, and I'm trying to read these. They're just moving. The book I was working for, Michigan Writers, was published on Amazon yesterday. Yay,
Oh, good for you.
Congrats. Good going.
Yeah, I'll be working on a book or two this winter myself after the holidays. I have finished one, and I've got to type it up. Deb started to last year, but her computer got hacked, and we lost it all. So I'm going to start. She types much faster than me, but I'm going to try to do it. So, and then we need to write a book on UFOs. You know that, our experiences.
Yes.
So,
We've been talking about it for years now. But it's kind of how things go. Something has to be done, but when that moment hits and it's right, you do it, you kick butt, and you get it done. That's, always been my experience anyways. Maybe I just work best under pressure.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But,
sometimes it works that way. Sometimes it doesn't. Yeah. Well, some people work better under pressure. Yeah, they do.
Yeah. For
But it's
sure.
not pressure. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when we wrote our very first book, Twin Souls, it was a little odd because we knew we were going to, and we were talking about it, and we had everything kind of ready. But when we sat down to do it, we basically locked ourselves in and worked our butts off. And I think it was 2 weeks of nonstop typing almost to complete it. But the weird thing is, here it is, a book on twin souls. We got it done February 14th.
At 11:11 at night.
Yeah, Valentine's Day. None of that was planned.
Wow.
We were just following spirit, doing what we were supposed to do. It got done on Valentine's Day at 11:11. And of course, that's, our number. So that's kind of how that goes, when it's time to do something. But really, wintertime, and that was wintertime, is the best time of year to do those things that you put off all year long.
Yeah, so I will be typing this book up I wrote. It's called Numerology of the Chakras. And it explains how you will be in these different dimensions and these different chakras. So there's literally 81 different categories I have to write about. I was having a rough time when I was doing it. She helped me out. She goes, when I was talking about the sixth dimension, I was having a difficult time going there and asking, for help. She said, put on some sixth dimensional music, and that just boom, it came to me, and I started writing it, and I finished the whole book. So it was cool.
Yeah. It's all about letting yourself go and to be in that vibration, because that's where all these places are. It's different vibrations.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this time of year too, speaking of books and chakras and all of that, healing work is really important. That many of us on this path are healers, but everybody has the ability to heal. Every person on this planet was born with the ability to heal. And self-healing, especially in the darker months, the colder months, when ailments and depression and all of those things are at the highest, that self-healing is so vitally important.
Yeah.
So, if you can take some time, if you can know somebody that does healing, go see them. If you can just take time to breathe and hold your hands anywhere on yourself. And the heart is always a good place, especially, this time of year when we're a little sad. Hi, Linda. It's great to see you. And yes, I'm ADD. So holding your hands on your heart area, maybe when you lay down, when you're sitting in front of the TV, anything, just helps with that energy and with the vibration. Things like singing bowls. If you have some, play them. If you don't, YouTube is wonderful for finding different videos with meditations, with singing bowls, all of those things. But singing bowls are excellent tools for raising vibrations.
But you know what the best thing is?
What?
You lean that way and I'm going to lean this way.
Love.
That's the best healing thing you can ever have.
Yep.
Love yourself. Love thy neighbor.
Love is the highest vibrational emotion that there is.
Yeah.
It's the most healing. Lynn, I get it. Welcome to the club, sister. Nancy, do you self-edit? Are you talking to us, Nancy?
If you are, we learned our lesson that after our first book that we do.
Our first book we did not self-publish and we did not self-edit, and it's a flipping mess. We actually can't even get our first book right now. So.
No. Our publisher quit, and we have no way of contacting, and it's just a mess. But so we learned our lesson. We're not looking to be famous in our writings, but we like to sell them when we go to our events, or sell them here at the store, and just
pass along the information.
Yeah.
Our first book was we wrote because there wasn't proper information out. If you go on the web and look up, everybody calls it twin flames. So if you look up twin flames, you're going to find all kinds of crazy stuff, mostly about hot sex. And, that's bonus, but that is really not descriptive of a twin soul couple. So we felt very obligated to share the information because this is a time in our universe that twins are coming together. And twins aren't always a married couple. Twins are people even like Andrea and Rupert. Two people that come together, they have a big mission, and they know immediately that they have to work together, that they have things they have to do.
Yeah.
So, we felt the need to get that information out. So that was what inspired us for the first book. Our second book.
Well, I don't want to downgrade the fact that there's a lot of romantic stuff about it too.
There is.
Yeah.
There can be, but not always.
But not always.
Sometimes it's not romantic at all.
Well, maybe that's a bad word. Maybe it's just that fact that, you feel complete, you feel whole, and you feel complete. That's all I can say. Like a part of you was missing, and now it's complete. So,
yeah, I feel like I'm missing a conversation here. Nancy learns new stuff about information on healing. I don't know what I missed. Anyways, yes, we highly recommend, if you're going to write a book, self-edit, especially if you're a OCD fanatic with English and all of that, like I am. Self-edit. and self-publish.
Now, I don't want if some great big publisher comes to you and says, I want to publish a book, we're not saying don't go for it, but
yeah. So I feel like I missed something in the whole conversation, ladies. So if there's something I missed, type it out. Because you know how I am. I don't want to miss anything. So that self-healing stuff, that can be anything from playing the singing bowls,
meditating,
definitely meditating, holding your hands on yourself or above your, you can work in your emotional field, and that's, right above the body. But I can't even stress how important it is right now. I've been doing tons of it, partly because I'm having some health issues, but it's that the outer external stuff that goes inward that causes many of our issues.
Also, manifesting and thinking positive and creating a positive atmosphere around you. Keep those shades open during the day and play your music and, burn your incense. Everything that can be positive in your home, in your environment, will definitely help you stay healthy. Now we could get into all the exercise and eating, but I do my best.
Well, and we all do, and we have to accept and love ourselves for not being perfect too.
Right.
As humans, we tend to get really down on ourselves when I need to lose. I've put on some weight big time in the last 3 or 4 months, and I know I need to lose it, and I tend to get really upset with myself, and that's not good, because we have to love and accept who and what we are,
Right.
even when we're not perfect, because we are human and we're going to screw up for sure.
Yeah, so you just do the best you can and stay positive. And, if there are people out there you can go to. There are people that do Reiki. There are people who do all kinds of methods of healing. So don't hesitate to check it out and do it. You'll definitely feel better.
Yeah.
And come stop by the store here. We'll do some Reiki on you and some chakra balancing and whatever you like. So.
Yeah. And it's also easy this time of year to kind of withdrawal. That's part of that hibernation with my blankie and my books. It's easy to withdraw from people, but it's also not the best idea sometimes. It's good to have that downtime and that alone time and the, rejuvenation, but we also need to keep human contact.
Right.
And with that being said, not only making sure we connect for us, but we keep an eye on especially our friends who are alone. Contact them often. Let them know they're loved. Let them know there are people out there. Sadly, people say this is the most wonderful time of year. And it can be. But it can also be the hardest time of the year. Suicide rates go way up. For those of us who have lost family members, children, it's rough. It can be very painful. And we have to remind ourselves that they are with us and that, they want us to go on and be there for other people. So, okay, trying to read a little bit of chat. My eyes are getting...
For us, healing is doing these shows and seeing you guys and see you guys on this chat. And John, everybody's good to hear from as usual. And Lynn, everybody, Nancy, Linda. It's great to see you guys comment and communicate. And that's healing for us. So,
Right. Yeah, and there's so many cool shows out there, especially on KGRA. I can't say it enough. It's a wonderful network. Um, right before us is Rupert with Galactic Wisdom, and he's fairly new. He's been on like 3 or 4 weeks, something like that. Just the beautiful, loving wisdom is so refreshing. And tonight he had Andrea on, our beloved Andrea Perrin, and they do a lot of things together. He also has a Galactic Wisdom group on Facebook. I think that's what it's called. So, scope that out and follow them. But there's some amazing people. So this time of year, again, we have more time on our hands, and we can tune into shows like that.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, so we try to stick to the UFO stuff and the galactic stuff, and as much as we can, but we do offer a little bit different stuff too. But speaking of that, I think the most important thing is that we've been learning is the history of our planet, and that there's so much more that we have not been told. And as you dig into this history of our planet, I mean, I'm talking thousands of years ago, you cannot help but see that we had and we do have a galactic connection to other beings and other souls out there. Mm-hmm. So it's amazing. It's amazing. It's the most important thing we need to understand. It may have to do with where we came from, who we are. And, I'm just so thankful that people are out there, digging this stuff up, literally digging this stuff up and finding out the truth about our lives and our planet. So, yep.
Hey, Jason. Yeah, I mean, the UFO stuff, we've been getting some really cool reports lately. What was it, last
couple of days ago?
Tuesday, I believe it was. And I can't give names right now. He will be on the show. But a young man contacted me about 10:30 at night and sent me a photo of this thing in the sky. And he said, I've been watching this for a while now. And I said, well, I think it's probably Venus. Well, then he sent me a video and he said, I thought it might be too, but it'll move. It'll hold still, and then all of a sudden it'll shoot one way and then shoot another way, go down, go up.
And things were dropping off it, right?
Yeah. That happened about 3:00 in the morning where he caught a photo of one of them. You see it in the sky, and then all of a sudden another light drops right out of it. And it happened 2 times right in a row.
And there's a lot of videos like that.
Yeah. So, but I think that maybe we might pay more attention right now because we have the time, but a lot of people are seeing just a ton of stuff going on in the skies. It's phenomenal, and I get excited.
And Terry, we're excited. We're excited about this book. We've been talking about it, but we've had experiences all our life, and since I was a wee lad, and but it's time to put it down.
Your Irish is showing
a wee lad.
A wee lad.
So and it's just time that we put it out there. I still have a lot to figure out. I want to get regressed by Mary Bassett and find out more, but.
And speaking of Mary Bassett and regression, don't forget tomorrow night, every Friday night at 8:00 to tune into the Voices of Contact.
Right.
So, Jan, I miss you. It's been so long. I haven't seen you in like 3-4 years since I think before COVID. Anyway, every Friday night, 8:00. You can find it on our Mystical Awakenings podcast with the V on YouTube or my Facebook page or Mystical Awakenings podcast on Facebook, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
All over the place. Not as many places as, if you were on KGRA, which, hint, hint, Bill.
Yeah.
Someday, the Voices of Contact.
Maybe on there. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Someday we will be on.
Yeah.
Just trying to find a spot is difficult, I know. Bill's gonna pop in. I called you out.
Real estate's a little tough right now.
It's not an if, it's a when.
Yeah, when. That's why I said you're trying to find a spot for us.
Yeah.
It'll happen
It'll
when
happen.
it's supposed
It
to.
will happen.
We're
Not a
patient.
maybe. It's gonna happen.
I mean,
With all of you part of the show, I mean, that's just a great, I think, addition to KGRA to have all of you on the network. To me, it's a no-brainer, right?
well, we love the network, and the network seems to love
we love you.
us.
We're continuing to grow the family.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And, Reverend Michael Carter,
A good friend.
KGRA loves Michael Carter.
I know I do.
And he's amazing.
Program
Yeah.
director.
Yeah.
I met Michael years ago down in the city in person.
Yeah.
We hung out. We've known each other for years. I mean, he's just an incredible individual. I mean,
Yes.
genuine, humble, intelligent, all the great attributes to a person.
Yeah.
Great character. Great to be around too. You know that he's been with you guys now.
And you're a musician, right? So you know how he talks, his voice. I says, do you sing? Because he has that, that voice like Rod, when he talks like Rod Stewart or John Anderson. Yes, he's got that
The
voice.
raspy,
Yeah, it's like
raspy angelic.
Well, he was an actor,
voice.
so I'm sure he sang. So
Well, as I'm on here now, I would like to wish everyone happy holidays, happy New Year to all those that are watching, listening, and looking forward to 2024.
yes,
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Bill.
Didn't this year go like so fast?
It
did.
did.
Yeah.
It's been crazy. Oh, and speaking of the KGRA family, the Paranormal Voice popped on and said hello. So they're new to KGRA too.
yep.
Yes, Dale, get on it. You know what
Out
I
of
mean?
out of Canada. Yep,
Yeah,
our neighbors.
yes. The Great White North.
Yes.
Like Rush, Geddy Lee said in a song.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, love to everybody, and have a great rest of your show.
Okay, thank you, Bill.
All right, you guys.
And everyone's telling you Merry Christmas. Aw. Yeah, everybody here loves Bill. And Bill is actually, if you go back a few weeks in our videos,
He was on our show.
he did a show with us. We've done a show with just Bill. And prior to that, we did one with him and his mother,
Yeah,
who's such a sweetheart
Yeah.
and incredible woman. But they have both had experiences with, UFO contact.
And he's had some cool videos that he showed us too.
Yeah. And he's not called the Skywatcher for no reason. He spends a lot of time doing it.
Yeah.
So go back a few weeks and tune in, because that's it's wintertime. You've got time to do it now.
Yeah.
Get caught up on some of these.
And Terry says that was a good show. Thank you. It was very cool.
Yeah.
It was. We always like having Bill on. So
Yeah.
he's a very knowledgeable man.
He is. And like I said, some of the experiences he's had and his mom were really amazing. Really amazing. And
Yeah.
there's nothing that we like more than to talk to experiencers who, might not be the most famous people on earth. Many of them are just like us, get up, go to work, come home, cook dinner. There's nothing, they're not celebrities, but they are experiencers. And they come on with some very real stories that will blow your mind. So I'm glad you liked that show, Terry. That was pretty darn good. So what do we have coming up? The rest of December is like done with, Christmas and all of that. We're blessed to be able to spend New Year weekend with our paranormal team.
Yeah, map it. The Michigan Area Paranormal Investigative Team out of Traverse City.
We're spending a whole weekend together.
Yep.
Just because we need to.
Yeah.
And we want to. We're going to end the year together.
We'll talk about things that are coming up that we can do. And that's what I like about the group is that we not only do some ghost hunting, but we do Bigfoot expeditions. We do UFO, sightings or CE5 work.
Yeah.
So, it's excited to be with them again.
Yep. And then as far as events go, I don't think we have anything. I'm saying this cautiously.
Every time you say that,
I know.
something pops up.
Until March when we have potographs in Ann Arbor. And you were saying earlier, you love hearing the name of that month because it means spring.
Right.
But last year during potographs, do you remember?
Yeah. Well, yeah, we still get a lot of snow.
Oh my gosh.
But it melts quick.
Yeah, but we got blasted.
Yeah, we got blasted.
Absolutely blasted that weekend. And Dustin Perry, that man is so incredible. Speakers could not get there. Their planes wouldn't fly. I mean, it was a bad blizzard. And Dustin flew to, I believe, Minnesota, and his plane landed and said, that's it. We're not going, or not Minnesota, Wisconsin.
Minnesota, Wisconsin, one of those, yeah.
One of those.
He rented a car.
He rented a car and he drove the rest of the way.
Yeah.
Through this blizzard that, most people wouldn't even go out in. And didn't he bring some people too?
I think so.
I think he did.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh, it was a bad blizzard. Yeah, Lynn, they couldn't.
Yeah, you couldn't get there. Yeah,
we couldn't get there.
Still 11 inches, in overnight. Yeah.
In a few hours. The carpenters were trying to get there from northern Michigan, and they were actually like 30 miles out.
They got stuck in the expressway. How many hours? I don't know.
Like 8 or 9 hours.
Yeah,
they
in a car.
Move. Yeah, they were stuck in a car. They couldn't move. Everything was at a dead standstill.
I think it was more like 4 hours, but still, if you don't have gas, you're in trouble. You can't keep your car running. So,
Melissa, I agree. Dustin is a Superman in disguise, and he's not too disguised anymore. We all see that hero in him.
Yeah.
And he's phenomenal. We just love him to pieces. He was in a tornado. Oh God, I didn't know that. Lynn says that this year for Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan Paracon, Dustin was in a tornado. I didn't know that. Did you?
No.
Learn something new all the time. Oh, okay. So 4 hours. Well, it seemed like forever, but
yeah,
poor Dustin. But he made it. He said he could not let people down. He could not especially let Murray down. So it was crazy.
Yep.
Totally insane. After potographs, I don't know what we've got going. We're not even going to put it out there yet because we don't know.
No, we're going to have our normal map stuff where we're going to investigate things and go places and hopefully get a couple of Bigfoot expeditions in. We had one last year, not too far from here, and we got a call back. And Daniel, the leader of the team, has a YouTube channel called My Haunted Diary. Communion, My Haunted Diary. And I think it's episode 72 or 73. You can hear that callback, and it just blew our minds. I think it's 73. And it's like a golf shot. When you hit a good golf shot, you want to go back. We heard this call. That's what keeps us going back to these, doing these things. And it was amazing. So,
yeah. And once you get that in your blood, it's bad. It's almost not as bad as UFO, though.
Yeah.
So far.
Well, it's good as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. But that when we heard that call, we were out. I think I turned to you or somebody. I said, "Well, what would you do if you turned around and Bigfoot was right there in front of you?" I said, "I know what I'd do. I'd pass out and probably have to change my clothes."
Well, that conversation happened as we were walking through the woods.
Yeah.
We had set up some cameras and we were walking through the woods, and of course, nobody real close or anything. And it dawned on us, I think both at the same time, that, we have no way to protect ourselves. We're out in the woods. We didn't have a weapon. We didn't have, the bear spray. We didn't have anything. What would we do?
I mean, not that that would do any good, but
Well, no, but I mean, probably should have something. So what would you do? What would you guys do if you were out in the woods
turn around
and you're looking for proof of Bigfoot
and
and
you're looking right in his chest.
what would you do? I want to know. I just want to know.
Yeah.
Feel free to type it in there. We'll put it up on the screen.
I told you what I'd do. Yeah. I'd definitely pass out probably.
Yeah, I probably would too. There might be a little mess, if you know what I mean. And then I would pass out. Yeah, paranormal voice. There you go. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I don't know if this is Michael John or Dale, both our kids, but yep, that's exactly. Linda, I'd faint.
Yeah.
Oh, Lynn, really? I don't go to the woods. Oh, hi, Dale. I love the woods. I always wondered if Bigfoot was in your face. Could they tell you're vibrating higher
than the
than
average
the
bear.
average bear?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, they realize you don't mean any harm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. My thoughts are, very humbly, is that Bigfoot is not from this planet. I said for years, Rosemary Ellen Guiley came out with it years ago, that they're probably an interdimensional being. But I think they're interplanetary beings. I think they're aliens. Just my thought. I mean,
and I always use the example of Chewbacca. I mean,
yeah,
what was Chewbacca, right?
right.
So
Yeah, same kind of look. But, we have this vision that aliens are these little gray men or little green men. Who's to say they're not big, hairy men?
yeah, one of them anyway. I mean, I always use the example, all these UFO videos and pictures and that have come out for the last 100, 50, 60 years.
Mm-hmm.
Only one of them has to be real. If one of them is real, that means there's life other places. Same thing with Bigfoot. You see these videos and you see the Patterson thing, and everybody says, "Oh, it's Photoshop." This, blah, blah. But if one of them is real, then that means they're out there. Only one has to be real. So,
Yep, and had the same thought. Chewbacca.
Chewbacca, yeah.
I love Chewbacca.
So, not sure what language he speaks, but people understand him.
Yeah. Did you see the UAP over LAX 6 days ago?
No, I didn't miss that one.
I don't know if I did or not. I'm in the morning. I always look up UFO news. It's because I'm a geek, but sometimes during that first cup of coffee, whatever I read leaves when that coffee is gone. I don't remember it, but that's my habit. So YouTube it.
So
Okay.
for the holidays, I want to give you guys something to look at, and write this down. It's called "The Knowledge of Forever Time" by Damon T. Barry, and there's 8 episodes. "The Knowledge of Forever Time" by Damon T. Barry. These videos will blow your mind, I guarantee it. Now the eighth one, you might have to look it up where to find it, the last and final one. But once you get hooked on these, you're just going to want to watch the first one, the second one, the third one. So, but the information in those things will blow your mind. I guarantee it.
I have to look it up too, because
Yeah.
I haven't seen it either. Okay, I've got to put this up there. And Dale is talking about Ronnie LeBlanc from Expedition Bigfoot, and we've actually had Ronnie at Michigan UFO Contact because of his spirituality, for one, but he also sees the link between aliens and Bigfoot. So
Yeah, you have the UFOs and off planet.
Dale is saying in Ronnie's book, Monsterland, great book, he said that some eyewitnesses believe they saw Bigfoot coming out of a UFO. And I've heard that. Well, I read it in Ronnie's book too, but I totally believe it. It would make sense. That's why, the same as any other alien, they can be here and then be gone.
Now, something else to think about, UFOs might not necessarily be coming from outer space. There's popular evidence and belief that there is several civilizations that live in inner Earth, and they have flying vehicles. If Bigfoot lives in inner Earth, they could be on these vehicles and come out and coming out of these UFOs from the inner Earth too. So it's something to think about.
Yeah, and there's a lot of inner Earth. I mean, we just found out. I happened to run into this article. I think I posted on Facebook about the lava underground under Michigan. Who would have thought? But
One of the largest on the planet.
Yeah,
Goes through. It starts from Nebraska, it goes up through I think Minnesota, Wisconsin, into the UP, and down all the way down to near Detroit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it comes straight through where we're at.
One of the biggest tunnels, lava tunnels,
Right.
that exist on the planet. Yeah. We're talking huge.
So you have the lava tunnels, you have the, that turn into caves and turn into, what you call them, river flows. I don't know what they're talking about there.
So there was this thing spotted off the coast of California under the water that looks like a big giant cave that, you can go into. And there's been some research leaked out that, this is a gigantic lava flow that submarines can go into, and you can actually go almost all the way to the other end of the United States through these lava flows. There's a Navy base in, I think, Utah or Wyoming. There's a Navy base. There's a small lake there, and there's a submarine in that thing. Why would that be there?
Right.
Maybe it's connected to these lava flows. So you don't know. I mean, you have to think about it.
Right.
And that's how they say that the Nazis got into Antarctica with their submarines through these lava flows and discovered that there was folks under there. So there was things under there.
Yeah.
And not from this planet.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you're right. They're not all from the sky. You don't always have to be looking up.
Right.
There's so many reports of people seeing craft of some sort that just comes up out of the waters, the lakes, the oceans, sometimes even the rivers, and just they shoot right up.
Mm-hmm.
So what the heck is that? Yeah, there's a lot of them.
The legend of the, not really a legend, but the Hopi Indians talked about when they had the floods that the ant people came up and took them down to protect them from the flood. And they came back after it was all over. But all kinds of information on this inner earth civilizations that have been down there that are they're more advanced than we are. And they're down there because they don't want to be bothered with everything, but they have contact with outer beings from not here. And the word was, like I heard like 4 or 5 years ago, that the Galactic family wasn't happy with them, that they weren't being more involved with helping us, because we're at a critical point in our time to evolve, and we're on the verge of either going the wrong way or the right way.
Right.
So we've got to make these good decisions.
Yeah, and if you want to hear more about that, tune into Rupert's Galactic Wisdom show that was on right before this one, and you can find it on. Well, it would also be on Andrea Perrin's YouTube, but also on his. So, you guys be at the.
We don't know anything about that. Sorry, the mystic thing. No.
First I heard.
Yeah, first I heard it.
What's that? The Hopis were always, yeah.
So, and some of these pictographs out west, I think pictographs, that's how really they are. The drawings, they kind of show these people who they were that came out, the ant people, and they were, different kinds of beings.
Bill's letting us know we're down to 2 minutes.
What?
We said 5 and then 3, but I'm not going to swear at you, Bill.
Wow,
I'll
I
let
didn't know
Andy
that.
do that.
I had no idea.
Cracks me up. Okay, so yeah, the show always goes too fast for us.
Yeah.
There's always so many things to talk about.
But we want to thank all of you for joining us tonight, and we appreciate it.
Have a very, very, very good holiday.
Yep.
Remember to take care of yourself. Remember to realize that, the days from here out are gaining light. It's going to get better. But pamper yourselves. Read books. Get a massage. Do all the things that you don't have time to do in the summertime. Write a book. Do something fun. Do some self-healing. Heal a friend. Call your friends. Stay in contact. And always know that we love you.
Until then.
Yeah.
What?
Until then.
You always say.
I always say have a fantastic week. And until we meet again, may all of your awakenings be mystical. Good night, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Love you.
Love you.